Welcome back, everyone, to MSI 2026. We are here for what could be the final game in this series. But if I've learned anything about this MSI, that is we get either 5 or 3. There is no in between. It is an odd tournament.
It is.
At this point in time.
Yeah.
And it's odd because we also had Set just completely dominate the game. And that is kind of cool. Look at this. Theoretically, those 3 champions could be in the top lane.
They could, but I think they've made a classic error of not banning all pun champions.
Yeah.
We need more pun bans, as has clearly been demonstrated across this series.
If it had have actually been Volibear, Shen, Alawi, I would have respected top esports more, I think.
I would have been kind of down for it.
Yeah.
I will give credit, though, to ZUIAN. He, in the 1v1, did completely fine. He's in a counter matchup. He held the wave in the right spot. He kept the farm pretty even. They actually struggled with the set in the team fights, which is not where I expected it to be their issue.
Yeah.
It was not about that 1v1 in top lane. ZUIAN did absolutely fine. Couldn't really find much of an impact himself. But I wonder, how spicy does Pun get? Do we get something like the Vayne? Does he bust out a Vayne into this?
Yep.
Like, I am super down for him to cook.
There are so many counter picks to Gnar.
Yeah.
Like, why would
ABTF I hate, but it is out there and people play it.
They do. And it has been winning as well, which is somewhat problematic because I'm kind of like you. I feel like the champ, when under a microscope, looks like it just kind of does nothing.
Yeah. Why don't you just play a real AD carry?
Yeah, exactly.
TF is just cosplaying as an AD carry. But you can just pick all the AD carries.
Yeah, just play Tristana top. Yeah. That one actually, that one could be an option as well.
Vayne, Varus.
Yeah.
I'm down for
Varus not going to be played. That one has been banned away. But the Caitlyn Elise, this is kind of fun. This is a lane that has found some value. As there is a Mel picked up. Could be for Jackie, could be for Creme.
Well, Camille action. See if we get the pairing. Because Camille did get banned second round last time.
We also saw, this was the exact matchup that was picked into Pays and Carrier, right? And then the Cocoons started being turned around and it was problematic.
But he was, Carrier was Pyke, and it's always really hard because you can watch what Carrier does, and when you watch what Carrier does on, I don't know, like Alistar or something, I could probably do that. But then when you watch what Carrier does on Camille and Pyke, you can't even really convince yourself that you could do it. So it's going to be hard to convince your team to let you do it.
Yeah, we used to have rules where you just don't play solo queue after Carrier has like a game, like especially
after
when he was
Twitch
playing
support.
Yeah, Callista support.
Yeah.
Anything. He was playing Varus support towards the end of the marksman support days. All right, that's a Mundo.
Could be jungle or top.
Yeah, we don't quite know where it's going. But
say,
it might be the matchup into the Gnar.
Yeah, it's not the best into the Gnar, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I think it's fine. I played this matchup a bunch of times because I was on a huge Mundo kick.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, Gnar does percentage HP damage, and you can just go lethal tempo, and it's like, it's pretty hard to actually win the extended trades. If you want to play heavy for side lanes and scaling, that's fine. You can do that on Mundo, and you can actually rush Warmogs and then kind of take over on a side lane. But I expect it to be more likely in the jungle. We will see if that is the case, but that's kind of my feeling. Because I don't actually think it's a great matchup into Gnar because of the percent HP damage from Hyper.
They also kind of snap-locked it after seeing the Qiyana as well, and I imagine that matchup would work out quite well for the Mundo, as she does like to build the good old lethality that doesn't work into the big beefy boys. As there is the Vayne ban, as it looks like top esports are also feeling like that Mundo is heading towards the forest.
I wonder if they banned Trist as well, because ZUIAN actually played the Tristan and Gnar and lost, but I wonder if they're still nervous about that potential counterpick. Obviously, they do know it's out there, right? They played it. Did not work out for them in that game, but it doesn't mean that it can't work out. It is always, I think, very, very swingy, and of course, because you go Camille, rather you didn't go Camille, you went Qiyana on 3, you can't get the Camille now.
Would they have banned Qiyana in any world? That is my question.
I would say no.
Yeah.
So the only logic I have in situations like this is that they want to see more of the draft. Support Qiyana.
Sorry.
That.
See more of the draft.
Support
That's what I meant.
Gnar.
Yeah. It was so obvious. It was staring us in the
Gnar
face
jungle.
the whole time.
Why can't it be played Gnar support?
There you go. And it could still be Gnar jungle and Qiyana support.
Ooh,
so there's a lot of flexing available.
They are scared.
Yeah, this is
fun.
And
so am I. So that's fair.
Yeah, so am I. So they've banned away their own coach and then a whole bunch of theoretical top laners. That's the Yasuo. And this is what Morgan pulled out into the Gnar.
Do it to him, Pun.
Oh, they're not. Okay,
that
never
one's
mind.
Not as cool.
This is definitely more of a classic. This is one that you taught me a lot about at first and at the beginning of the year.
I am a Yorick enthusiast. I like playing things that walk down the side lane.
And hit E.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to try and do.
That's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to hit E, and the other guy's going to try to not get hit by E.
Oh, beautiful. And hit Q while he's avoiding the E. As Jackie is thinking about taking away the Pyke for fengyue, and this is sort of the only one that's left out of the classic Mel pairings that we have seen before, but see how that one is going to go. The Syndra is going to be in consideration, at least for now, for Creme, which will be confirming that Jackie will be playing the Mel in the bottom lane. I'm pretty sure I heard that he's never played this champion before competitively.
I will double check that for you. Let's find out. We have the power of Google.
It is written down over there. If we trust the stats team.
Well, then that's fair.
Well, let's see how he is going to go on it, as we are still hovering this for quite some time, as the Syndra will be locked in the end.
He has played Syndra, though. But he hasn't played Mel. So I wonder if there's any chance of them flexing. I think it's probably unlikely. I think it is probably Mel bot, but hey, maybe if there's some situation where, the matchup is going to be better for Creme mid, because Creme is blinding, right? So they're kind of waiting to see. So maybe there's an angle for it to get flexed around, but he has played Syndra in his career a handful of times.
Well, the Viktor Syndra matchup isn't one I'd necessarily feel the need to dodge. That being said, should be able to get Viktor through the lane quite nicely, even if Creme will have some added pressure.
I will say, if TSW can just farm and scale and take this late, I think it is going to be so hard to deal with the Mundo. Like, great, Gnar does have percentage HP damage, like that is nice, but it's more about a side lane thing. You can't, as a Gnar, just be hitting the Mundo the entire team fight and generally expect to win. It is pretty unlikely. And when I'm looking at Mel and Syndra, when I have a Spirit Visage and just, like a Dead Man's or whatever, like Heartsteel, just some sort of armor to not get one shot by some of these other people, it's so much burst and it's so much telegraph burst. So you're going to get crazy value out of the Heart Zapper. You're going to be able to just tank up and create so much space. And I kind of really like what TSW have. But that being said, when we look at the game that they lost, it was kind of one of these slow play comps again. And they got completely ran over. So that is kind of what I'm nervous about. Like, I feel like they really excel when they are the ones who have drafted tools for themselves to skirmish, to fight, to take scraps whenever they see them. And when we saw them try to play that slow style with the Ornn top and, kind of less engaged tools, they just let top get into a comfort zone and take every fight they wanted.
Yeah, I think it is like another one of these more slow drafts, but I think that there is still more agency for Pun than there was in that Ornn game, right?
Yeah.
So the Yorick will be a one-man army, like literally, but also like if he can get an advantage in this game, it's going to be really problematic if Top Esports to deal with him in a side lane with the composition that they put together. There is not a whole lot of frontline either, so this composition is going to take a lot of finesse to make sure that they have all of their ducks in a row, lining up all of these ultimates. If it does work, if it is indeed a supreme display of talent here from Top Esports, everyone on Secret Whales will just die, even if they do have big tanky boys, because there is just so much layering of damage that can be thrown down if these CC ultimates do manage to land.
It's very true, and it's also going to be one of these comps, for TSW, where sure you have Cocoon Flash or something like that, but generally speaking, for Secret Whales, it's am I at the objective first? Like, that is really the important part, because you look over at their engage tools, and beyond Elise Flash Cocoon, which is not impressive in a 5v5, you really have nothing, right? So you kind of have to be there first, set up the trap line, make them walk through Viktor Laser, Viktor W, Caitlyn traps, and all of these tools to really make it tough to get in.
Whoa, Eddie might just be dying, though, as we can see here. fengyue burning at first blood over to the Elise. Eddie survives as well, and man, Jackie just needed to hit him like one more time.
That was so incredibly close there. fengyue flashes out, but does die to the Ignite, and Eddie survives. Heartbreaking start here in what could be their final game at MSI.
Oh, man. Devastating. And it's, I mean, I've kind of been caught up in this series and just how impressive. Never mind, I'm going to be caught up in this fight here as well, as Dire gets the shield from the Q, but Tian is just going to skip on over and grab the clean pickup on the Viktor. And Qiyana getting accelerated early, that's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, it really is, and that is a very, very nice for Tian. Was set up entirely by Creme. D-Ray was kind of getting blasted in that 1v1, was incredibly low already. And Tian just does a little drive-by and takes that kill for free. D-Ray knew it as well. He didn't flash. He didn't use anything. He's just like, yeah, of course, I'm dead from this position. So some good news there for TES, and will help you to recover a little bit of the feelings that you're going to be having about how that started. And this is LPL versus APAC. You can see LCP 8-4. It is going, of course, in the favor of the LPL. And all-time LMS, PCS, VCS is 57-11. If TSW do win the series, this would be the first time in Vietnamese teams' histories that they have ever won a best-of-5 against the LPL at an official Riot event, which would be really, really momentous for the region, for the players, especially after this year where CFO leave and everyone, kind of myself included, to be honest, were writing their ability to challenge a team like this off. Yeah,
we kind of thought like the heyday was moving on, right? That we weren't going to be able to see these teams that were able to try and stand up against a lot of the top regions. But right now, Team Secret Wales, after what was a devastating series against Halma Life Esports, are looking great. However, Pun does get missed by the Wallop, still just trying to fight this one out. The Ghoulie Wall working out beautifully, down to the mini Gnar, and he doesn't hit the boomerang! There's the Q! And it's Pun that locks up the kill with the help of Hizto.
Oh, that is such a tilter, because ZUIAN was laning so well in that 1v1. He had a solo kill for sure, but Hizto is there, and insult to injury.
Oh, B8 actually taking a lot of damage here. It's fengyue! Woohoo! Okay. No Ignite this time. BA had it available, just didn't manage to press it.
That was very, very close, and hard to blame BA because he had to repel away so quickly because he got pulled into tower range there, but had a minion, thankfully, for him to repel back to. But yeah, ZUIAN thought he was going to be able to finish Pun with his hyperproc, so he flashed in to go for it, doesn't get the kill, and dies. You're already super frustrated that Hizto is there at that moment, then you spend the flash, and you don't get the kill. And it goes to Yorick. It's the worst.
Yorick didn't have to flash.
Yep.
Oh man, so it gets even worse. Here towards the bottom side though, you can see that Jackie is doing just fine in this matchup. Caitlyn obviously pretty good at last hitting, but is otherwise just going to be pretty even at this point in time. We saw, I mean, in the BLG versus T1 series, when it was a very similar matchup to this, it was a similar start and then a very difficult end as the Cocoon is going to connect. BA actually looking for the angle here. He finds the Ignite this time. Just needs the auto and down goes the Pyke. fengyue is not having a good time.
When's the last time you saw support solo kill on another support in a 2v2? Not a point of damage needed from Eddie.
I don't remember the last time. Maybe it's now. At least we all get a new experience here, but top esports fans not going to be happy about the one that we're having as Hizto is looking for Tian here at the same time. And does get put down relatively low, but not going to go any further forward. And the Mundo back towards farming. Things very even as far as the junglers are concerned.
ZUIAN still doing great in that 1v1. Forced the flash out of Pun, but Pun had that flash from the previous fight, so he was able to survive. And now you get level 6. That's when things get a little bit more difficult. fengyue trying to make a move up towards top. They need to help out ZUIAN. They need to make sure that he can be into a good spot. This kind of matchup, it's all about the side lanes, but BA is here to cover, and BA is a lot stronger. He's got the Hextech Alternator. He got both of the kills.
Oh,
normally you don't want your support to get kills, but support Elise can one-shot people if you get too far ahead.
Yeah, and is going to become useless later on into the game as well, and so this will prolong the value of the Elise. So really nicely done, and moving BA up there, reading the roam very nicely, meaning that this Pyke won't be able to make his way back into this game. Briefcases being thrown around as well. Creme taking a bit of damage there as D-Ray still at full health in the mid lane. The gold lead, Team Secret Wales moving to about 500 at this point in time. I don't think top esports are necessarily too worried right now. I think that their composition in the mid game is where it's really going to start getting devastating, but we are getting closer and closer to that point. As there is the Bone Skewer, going to be able to find the stun. Gravity Well goes down. The Unleashed Power comes through, but it's not quite enough damage. And D-Ray just kind of walks it off.
Yeah, he's just kind of chilling. I mean, had that early Null Magic Mantle, and it seems like that is going to be enough. fengyue, it was a good attempt. The flash, did set up the play, but they just simply don't have enough damage to do it. Tian, though, looking topside.
Yeah, let's see whether he can actually find the angle here. Does find the stun out as the Stream Play of Talent doesn't quite work. It's a mini Gnar, and the Maiden is just killing him. The ghouls come on through, but he is going to have to pull away. This time it's Tian that's in trouble, though. Goes into stealth thanks to the grass. But this Yorick does not care about your ganks, Top Esports.
I think Pun actually would have kept going and killed him, except he saw fengyue running over a ward in the river up towards the top side. Otherwise, he could have kept going. Starting to feel like we're living in an alternate timeline where Faker started playing top lane, and his name is Pun. This man is going crazy in this series, Atlas. He's bringing out pick after pick after pick. Get him off a tank, put him on anything else. That's the recipe to success.
Yep. And what about a tanky damage dealer, which is what he's found a lot of success on so far in this series. The Yorick going to fit that bill as, oh dear. Yeah, and also, if a Yorick starts snowballing, this is a very early time to start it.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried about how this game is going to continue, as they're going to need to, play. This is not what top esports fans want to be looking out for.
Yeah, our producers, you can tell, something personal against Ox, running a graphic at a time like this.
Yeah, as well. And you got Raz as well. I mean, he's waiting for his flight, but it was waiting to see the result of this series as well. And tried to anti-caster curse it. Not looking like it's working just yet. However, I may have helped him out here with a little bit of a curse in the other direction. Let's see whether that does actually make an impact as Cocoon, gorgeous here from BA, was back to his game one ways, playing exceptionally well on this Elise.
Yeah, really good job there. Does spend the Ignite, chunks out fengyue, but he gets the Honey Fruit, so he is going to be okay. You see good big scrap around that Dragon, though.
Yeah, Hizto looking for a bit of an angle here, throwing briefcases around. The Peacemaker doing so much work as Tian trying to get himself out. He's so low, but Hizto locks it up in the end. They do manage to get the kill onto BA, though, as fengyue, yeah, you're really dead. Just going to get smacked around and destroyed. A double for the Mundo. That is not a good news story. In the meantime, Pun is killing the Void Grubs.
He just sold them. Yeah, Yorick is actually really good at taking objectives because of the maiden damage. So you can just walk over. You can do grubs by yourself.
He did.
And that is actually so smart. He does not have to wait for the jungler to come up there. He's not complaining. Get you a top laner like Pun.
Exactly.
Just takes all three
I think
grubs.
Everyone wants a top laner like Pun. Anyone who's been watching MSI, my goodness. What an incredible performance. So fun as well with the champions he's picked up. Briefcase connects onto Creme, has to flash the Cocoon. Up into the sky goes BA. He's got the Scryer's Bloom, because of course he does.
He's dancing on him at this point. I mean, he sets up the previous play with the Cocoon flash onto Tian, and then Tian and Creme both had the flash there, by the way. And they get nothing at all because he has the repel already set up. They take 3 grubs on topside with Yorick, who's already ahead. They get the dragon, and we're about to see ZUIAN die.
Yep, the E comes on through. He flashes the Ghoulie Walls. He didn't even need it. Just presses Q once again. He's only got a phage, Isaac.
Yeah, I just don't know what ZUIAN was seeing because it was not what I was seeing.
No,
there was no world in which he wins this 1v1. We're back to the Cocoon flash. BA setting it up onto Tian, and then goes Hizto. Look at the damage from BA, by the way. Gets him down to almost no HP. Hizto goes in, picks up the kill, chases down fengyue, gets another. You touched on it, but Mundo getting accelerated is so problematic. I talked about it in draft. They are just such a low damage comp, and you can see the frustration there.
Yeah.
They know this game is starting to slip away from them, and ZUIAN going for that 1v1, there was just no world in which he wins from that spot. You're jumping into all the ghouls, the maiden, and there was minions there. It just felt to me like you're always going to die. Maybe he thought he could kind of like outplay and get into Mega and then win from there.
Yeah,
but
maybe he thought that there was just no way out. Maybe he thought that it was kind of doomed, but I didn't really see that as an angle either.
Left.
It's a little bit of a worry. 3.5 minutes on the Dragon here as the Peacemaker comes on. Sorry, the Ace in the Hole comes on through. BA is down to 50% though. JackeyLove still doing some damage with his Proto Belt now put together. But he is getting closed in on it. Hizto moving on in. Tian is going to show himself, and that should mean the retreat of Team Secret Whales. Great Bone Skewer is going to connect. The Ignite comes on through, but they're not committing to this play. The Comet comes down, not exactly in range of the ultimate either. He still throws it out, but Eddie will live.
Yeah, just barely doesn't have enough damage to actually finish him off there. You know, maybe one more spell, another auto or two, he would have been low enough to get executed. fengyue obviously getting bodyguarded out here by Hizto. He knows he's not going to allow the Pyke in for an execute onto Eddie, and Eddie is just heading up towards that top side now. Pun is going to be on his Triforce very soon, and that is where is going to be pretty bad news for anyone laning against him.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. I mean, 2 items for the Yorick is where he really starts to turn basically any matchup, but if you're accelerated like this, I don't know who's going to be able to stand against him when that first item is complete. Gravity Field comes down. Creme is still doing fine, right? Like, they still have 3 gold leads on the map right now. The problem is, Pun is so incredibly big, and this composition is very happy to go as late as you like.
Exactly. That's kind of my concern is, how are you going to realistically deal with these really tanky members in the front line of Hizto and Pun? You know, when they're on multiple items, you just so much burst and so little consistent DPS from the side of TES, so feels hard.
Oh, God. All right, ZUIAN is looking for more.
You can't take the ghouls like this. It's like...
Yeah, Creme was rotating down. That's why he was going in, but he was about to just die. Before the Syndra even arrives, fengyue is just, he's just dead. Tian might be following suit here. These briefcases are really hurting. Heartsteel now done for Hizto, and JackeyLove kind of wishing that he has rebuttal on the same cooldown as the cleaver toss.
Uh-oh. Tian is around, but can they stay alive? That's the question.
Yeah, Dash Cannon comes forward, doesn't quite find the snare, though, onto Eddie. And Hizto is just going to do that wander at them maneuver. They do have the rebuttal available for one of them. And that is going to at least allow Jackie to live this wave.
Yeah, Jackie plays it well, but it does cost him his flash, right? So Hizto says, sure, that's fine. You flash, I use my ult, I'm A-okay with that. And Pun, in the meanwhile, did base and got his Triforce, right? And we already saw how difficult it was looking for ZUIAN in the side lane. Now it is going to be nearly impossible. So TES trying to overload that side of the map. We'll see if they actually catch him here, but Pun spots him now.
Yeah, fengyue is down here now as well. But yeah, just Gulu Wall thrown up. And that is going to be that. BA going to be moving in here as well. I know that it's not called Gulu Wall, by the way.
No, it is.
That's
the official name.
I want it to be, because Dark Procession just doesn't really, it doesn't tell the story.
Dark Procession doesn't tell you what it is.
No, and a ghoulie wall is precisely what it is.
I feel like...
Unless you're playing one of the skins where it's a cat wall.
Summoning the ghouls being called almost like Dark Procession, that would kind of make sense.
That would be fine. Make
right?
it the passive. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Maybe we could talk to...
I'm on Team Ghoulie Wall.
Team Ghoulie Wall?
Yeah.
I love that team. That's one of my favorite teams. I thought I was the only member. It was all right. The Coinbase Gold Grind, let's see who we're going to be comparing as it's Pun versus ZUIAN, and oh man. We've said it already, but Yorick being this far ahead this early, it's just a real rough story. Takes down the turret here towards the top side as well. That is first turret blood. That gold lead is only extending. It's top esports on this Drake for now, but Hizto in the area. The A and Eddie moving on in as well, and Tian, he just can't really tank this up either. He's doing a lot of damage as the Bone Skewer does go wide. The A going to get cocooned himself and is snared up there as well. Great chain CC. They take out the Elise Supreme Display of Talent onto only D-Ray, but it should be able to work out here as the Arcane Storm comes in. The ace in the hole to lock down the Qiyana though, and Hizto is not dying today. Just wanders out of the way. And they are going to look for the dragon as well.
Yeah, they're going to go right back to it. BA just respawned. He's running out there, but Pun needs some help.
Yeah, nice Bone Skewer there. Flash over, down he goes. No stun to come on through. The Ghoulie Wall comes on over, but Creme going to try and throw out the force of will. They take down the raid boss, but Eddie is looking for some revenge. Creme's flashing out of the way. Hizto finds the briefcase, and fengyue, yeah, you're not getting out of that one. Eddie is still looking for Creme. One more auto, there it is. And they finish it off. It's 12-6 here at 16 minutes.
That is a delayed ace here with TES. One game from going home. A very early exit would be the result if they lose this game. And they just lost the dragon. They just got wiped off the map. And that was with a fight that started incredibly well, with D-Ray getting wiped out by Tian, with BA getting just one shot by JackeyLove with a reflected cocoon, I think it was, into the solar snare. He just got deleted. So a lot of things went well for TES, and they still got aced and lost the dragon, because let's watch this one more time. So it's BA on the side. This is where you're looking. Cocoon gets reflected into the solar snare. He's one shot, and you're thinking, okay, well, that's not great. And then look at Tian coming in on the D-Ray. D-Ray tries to flash it out, but dies anyway. But on the other side...
Well, in the meantime, we've just got D-Ray walking out of the way of the death from below. Still, he's going to die. They managed to get the pick on to this Viktor. Top Esports just trying to find anything back into this game, and getting picks like that in side lanes could be an avenue, especially if Eddie's also going to die. And Team Secret Wales starting to fumble a little.
Yeah, they are getting picked off in these side lanes. TES are grouping up. They're the ones with the engage tools. They're the ones with the playmaking, and they have to keep utilizing it. And that was about a 2,000 gold lead that just got deleted pretty much during a replay. So that was about how quickly that did go away. You can see Yorick is still on top side and is pushing. BA and Hizto want to keep enabling Pun. When you're playing Yorick, you want to be inside lanes. You want to be pressuring towers. That is really where you are at your best. You can succeed in a team fight, especially when you're this fed, but it's a lot easier in the 1v1s, the 1v2s. You really can shine. And Pun needs to shine now because he is 2.2k ahead. But you look at mid and bot, Creme is miles ahead of D-Ray now. JackeyLove is miles ahead of Eddie. And they are going to be powerful. Yeah, they are mostly burst and not a lot of consistent DPS, but they've got burst in spades.
And Hizto is going to be building a Spirit Visage next. Not only is it like the best Mundo item you can buy, but also for the two threats on Top Esports, feels pretty fantastic to be able to put that together. I wouldn't be surprised if Pun goes for some early magic resist in his build as well, as you probably do on Sterix and Sojin, which is going to be completed now. This is sort of like your core two items that you need, but you've got some flexibility from here. ZUIAN does not have as much flexibility as the death rate comes down, and he is just extremely dead.
I mean, that is so much of that damage is the Elise. It's actually crazy because D-Ray
the execute on the spider form Q, my god.
It is so much damage, especially with the damage jam from the support item.
Yeah.
Has damage jam from the support item, has the rocket belt already finished. BA doing a good job with his lead that he got from that 2v2. But TES trying to hang on. They're losing a lot of these side lanes, though.
Yeah, there are a lot of pings out towards this inner turret, towards the bottom lane.
Charge.
Yeah, that is Shelly now moving towards the mid lane, where they have 3 people already there. And so that is just going to be executed. Shelly getting a whole lot of value. And they're going to send all of these Void Mites towards the inner turret as well. And so inner on the top side of the map is also likely to fall down, but D-Ray is going to be able to at least get here to deal with these minions. But I think this is still going to fall.
Yeah, I think it definitely will. I mean, this gold graph is becoming a bit of a roller coaster. We went from 2K up for TSW to, 500, 800 gold up for TES, back to 1K up for TSW, all within the span of a couple minutes.
Yeah, a bit of a heart monitor at the moment.
Yeah, both teams playing the map here very heavily. Eddie is now on 2 items here. Collector into Stormrazor. Interesting. So really wanting that move speed, was already playing Ghost. I think it makes sense when you're looking at how skill shot based the opponents are. You want to dodge Bone Skewer, you want to dodge Solar Snare and Scatter and all these tools. But of course, it does mean your IE is going to be getting pushed back quite a lot. You aren't building Rapid Fire, which people love as well.
Rapid Fire next, right? So 4th item IE. I guess you don't really need Lord Doms as much in this game.
Yeah.
So it's not as much of an issue, but Caitlyn probably still wanting 4 items to really be valuable as Pun possibly in trouble here as Tian taking a lot of damage. The Unleashed Power comes in, and that is going to be enough to execute this Yorick. Took 4 people to do so, as the rest of Team Secret Wales are trying to push up the mid lane, but they're unable to get anything back really for this play as Top Esports wrestle back some control. We have to remember, they are playing for Silver Scrapes, right? Yep. We get a game 5 if they're able to win this game, and it was looking a little bit like Team Secret Wales had them exactly where they wanted them. And now things are moving back in the favor of the LPL squad.
And the thing you always have to remember about Yorick is the cooldown on the Maiden doesn't start until the Maiden dies. So even when he reses, he's not going to have Maiden for this fight here, but there's also no ult on Tian. There's also no ult on Creme. They don't want to give them soul point here early.
They have the vision. Tian is going to move on over. Just steals it. All right. Just Q smite. And that is that.
And that is actually really big here when you're looking at Mundo with Cloud Soul is a terror. And even Yorick getting the move speed in the side lanes. Obviously, Eddie is putting huge emphasis on additional move speed with the Stormrazor, with the Ghost. So clearly move speed is going to be important, and that was a huge smite now for TES. That buys them so much more time. If they were on Soul Point here already, they would be forced to fight at the next Dragon, regardless of if it's a good setup. Now they have the option to play side lanes, to threaten Barons, to look for picks, to do whatever they want, and I'm kind of guessing that they are just still waiting for this pick.
The map is very, very dark, and I haven't quite seen the Baron. I think we know that the Baron isn't started at the moment, but keeping things dark, Team Secret Wales need to find out what's going on. Hizto should be able to walk in there. Mundo does indeed go where he pleases as they find a lot of damage onto Creme. fengyue is going to be able to get himself out of there, but now doesn't have the cooldowns as JackeyLove forced to flash out of the way. And look at Hizto, he's just a brick wall wandering at them with that ulti running. And top esports can do nothing if the Mundo is all buffed up like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's some key flashes down now. Both your AP carries lost their flash in this skirmish. Hizto does have to be careful to not overextend because Mundo without ult is barely a champion.
Yeah.
And Mundo with ult is absolutely insane, but especially when he gets to 16, he is down a full level to where his opponent is, but you know, once you're getting 16, it is so powerful because you're getting an additional 5% healing effects per enemy that is nearby. So when you run into the middle of the team, you pop ult, all of a sudden you're just Thanos. You really cannot die. And Heart Zapper is so easy to use against teams like this. So they're just going to try to force it. They're going to start the Baron here. They know there's no flash on Jackie or Creme, but Mundo has no ult, so they have to play a little careful.
Yeah, I'd be a little bit worried about Tian as well. He just walked over and stole your dragon. This could be a difficult time as well, as they do have vision over the wall. Team Secret Whales just wanting to go for a reset where they can, as the Maiden is the one tanking this up. I want Pun to move her away from it.
I think he maybe unleashed
Did he disconnect
it. Maybe
it?
he double tapped it. Either that or it's bugged, but they're not pausing, so I'm assuming
he is just going to back it away.
That looked super bugged then. I'm not
did.
going to lie, because the fact that it walked back to him, I will say the Maiden AI leaves something to be desired at times.
Yeah.
You do have to play really weird in some matchups where you know, the Maiden will just refuse to back away, and you have to literally base to heal it. So it didn't end up dying, and they did get the TP off JackeyLove.
Oh, that reaction time was gorgeous, but Eddie still going to be able to dash forward. Jackie will be trading the kill back, but BA is at least able to take him out. Bonesky are going to connect onto the Spider as well. The Ignite down. fengyue needs to be very careful when facing off against this Elise because he just doesn't have very much health and never kind of will.
I want to see that replay from JackeyLove's POV because those reaction times were inhuman.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we had the vision toggle because it really showed how much time he had to press rebuttal.
And it was none, and he still did it.
Yeah, he did.
So not really getting the math on that one, but does make it happen in the 1v2. They do finish him off. Of course, Eddie maybe could have flashed something, but I think it was reasonable for him to think that they had him in that moment. But very quick reactions from Jackie. Keeps himself in a decent trade at the very least. You know, is able to go 1-for-1 from that spot.
Yep.
And Hizto still down quite a lot of experience, but is pretty wealthy. You can see that Tian is farming really well and getting good first strike value because the 504 Mundo is down 700 gold and down a full level.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Hizto is going to unfortunately briefcase himself. Kind of threw it and forgot that it was handcuffed to him, you know, and it just swung back
classic,
around.
Yeah. It's like a boomerang, you know?
Yeah, I think that's what businessmen deal with, you know, on the way to work every day. Oh, no, I tried to throw my briefcase at the bystander and I accidentally hit myself in the face with it.
I will say this Mundo skin has to be one of the best skins in the entire game.
I think so. Yeah. And it's been around for so long. Corporate Mount, and even after the remake, swagger. It's still amazing.
Look at the swagger. Well, and when you get the home guards, you're in the little car.
Oh, yeah, the little car is absolutely adorable.
You're living life, you know?
You absolutely are. It was all right. Tian going to have his shield broken, but should be able to slink away into the Fog of War and get that one back up again pretty quickly.
It's dragging the clock, Atlas.
It is.
Prepare your voice.
I'm trying. Okay. Okay, we're ready.
You're ready.
Yeah.
You're locked in.
Yeah, I think that's how you get it ready. Kastajun does something similar to before his series, and that guy's pretty good at his job. That's all right. Drake is now down. And Team Secret Whales are actually giving away a lot of ground. You can see looking for this mini Gnar as the Morning Mist will connect. And these ghouls are getting a little bit upset, but the Drake is being pulled out. Hizto is moving over here. Let's see whether he can win this smite fight, as this could even out the Drakes for top esports. Now we have a fight on the opposite side. Pun is going to get pulled back and executed. They're going to try and burst this one down. They do manage to claim the dragon, but they have to sacrifice their Yorick to do it.
Yeah, Pun taking a very aggressive angle. He knew that ZUIAN, because he had seen him with an R-bar fully charged in bot. You have to expect that he's on that side. He thought he was tanky enough that he could just walk right through, but he did not go Sterix. He went Trojan second. Now he's trying to get a bit more armor, but honestly, because they get the dragon, that is totally worth it. Yeah, you die.
They take in a turret mid as well. It's actually quite a good trade.
Yeah, it's really, really good. He is falling behind in experience because he has been grouping quite a lot, where ZUIAN has been just constantly playing these side lanes. We've seen him do this a number of times. You know, I think back to his Jace game earlier in the tournament where he did fall down, but was able to, you know, kind of just stay in the sides, get gold back, and Pun, you know, becoming a little bit less relevant in that 1v1, but still in a good spot.
How quickly can they kill this Mundo? That's the question. Or can they kill him at all? He's just running after Tian. fengyue is going to stop him in his tracks, but it's a flash briefcase from Hizto trying to turn this one around the cocoon. Doesn't quite land, but now Jackie's in an awkward spot. He has to flash. Eddie now moves over. Supreme display of talent is not named right, as ZUIAN is hopping over the wall to try and get to safety.
Yeah, he immediately TPs in, flashes out there. That is 3 critical flashes down for TES, but it is a couple flashes spent here on the side of TSW. Mundo flashed as well as BA. And that was a very, very close fight. Hizto liked his odds in that 1v3, and he was really correct.
Oh, yeah.
Able to turn that one around, just chases him down, and with his whole team piling in, TES knew they had to get out of there.
And now you've got the Infinity Edge done for Eddie as well. That rapid fire cannon should be coming in pretty shortly. These fights are actually going to change. The way they're going to look is going to be different because it's going to be around Eddie just hitting whatever's in front of him, and it's not really going to take very long for him to kill whoever's there.
Oh, he's got the IE, so skipping the rapid fire.
Yeah, I thought that was an odd one, but is going to be doing a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, he definitely will be doing a ton of damage. A lot of people love rapid fire. It is very popular. Obviously, it's lower DPS than the IE for sure, but the question is, you know, how safely can you approach a Syndra and a Mel to get those autos off? But I think, you know, from his POV, he's just like, yeah, I'll just hit Gnar, I'll hit anyone, and I'll be the one doing the damage. Hizto starting this up, but gonna have to pull off very quickly.
Yeah.
And I definitely want Hizto to keep farming. You scale well, you want to get 16. He is kind of maintaining that full level deficit here against the Qiyana, who is just power farming.
Level 16 going to be a big deal if you can land these ultimates in the upcoming fights. But you were talking about it. Cloud Soul is going to be the next one on the docket, and that is in 2 minutes' time. I want to see what the Mundo does when he can go where he pleases very, very quickly.
Yeah, and Cloud Soul is going to be so problematic. It is incredibly powerful for Mundo because, as we know, Mundo in the late game, it's not just that he's tanky, he hurts. He does some real damage. So you are in danger of just getting rammed down by a Cloud Soul Mundo at level 16. Can easily chase down a Syndra or a Mel if they're in the wrong spot. And sometimes even if they're in the right spot.
Yeah, exactly. And it felt like he was getting ganked and then turning that into you're in the wrong spot, as it turns out. Mundo is precisely where he needs to be at every moment. Maybe Mundo is actually a wizard, not a doctor. But we'll have to go into that one a little bit later. As that is a nice bone skewer onto Pun. The Ghoulie Wall is up to try and play defense. The Scatter the Weak barely misses. And the Maiden gets herself out of the way. fengyue needs to be so careful. His health bar on the Pyke just not really existing at this stage of the game can be a real issue for getting value out of this champion at this stage.
I mean, you have to be picture perfect on the engage, right? That's why so many players are afraid of playing Camille and Pyke. Yeah. Because you have to play in a Keria-esque way to be able to get really good value, right? You know, you're looking for an E flash across multiple members, and if you go for something like that and you fail it, that's your way out, and you just get one shot. So, you know, you've got to be so on point with your engage. You can't hesitate when the moment is there, or you will do nothing. And if you go in and you don't execute properly, you are just going to die. So definitely a tough champion to be played this late in the game. But the same is true of the Elise, right?
Yeah.
You know, you are both so squishy, you're high damage, and that is that tightrope that they have to walk here. And we'll see if fengyue or BA can manage it better.
Yep. And it's about which team has the vision control, right? Being able to have control of brushes is going to be very important, as the Baron is getting pinged out pretty hectically here by Team Secret Whales. As Hizto looking for a bit of an angle. Is he just going to flash on them? The answer is no, because ZUIAN's going to find him. Hyperproc starting to do some work towards the Mundo, who is just a big health bar. But speaking of big health bars, they're over towards the biggest one on the Rift right now, and that is the Baron. And it is just going to get taken. It's in trade for the Drake, but that is Dragon number 2. And yeah, you don't want to give up Cloud Soul, but you also really don't want to give up Baron.
Yeah, we'll see how much they can actually get done with this Baron. This is one of these things that I think in previous years would always be so beneficial for the team with the Baron.
Yeah.
I'm less convinced in this season that it matters as much. I just think Baron feels a lot weaker. Teams have been struggling to get as much done with the Baron. And there is a double mage team on the other side. And mages are very good at clearing out the Baron minions. So we have to see, all right, was this worth it based on the next couple minutes? Because right now you lost Dragon. If you feel like you didn't have a chance to get sold, then obviously it was your only choice, but we'll see.
Yeah, Gullywall is going to trap JackeyLove for now. His flash is available, but he's not going to invest that into just getting out of the way of that wall. ZUIAN just looking for a bit of revenge, and he's just chasing down this Yorick. Gullywall does come in, but he's got the crush to get out of the way, and that is actually Jackie picking up the kill credit. But so much of that work was done by this 0-4 Gnar.
Yeah, that is lethal tempo stacked up, 3 items, has the wit's end, chases him down and takes him out. And, you know, Pun is a 700 gold lead, but at this point in the game, it doesn't really mean anything. You know, He was very far ahead very early, but I felt like he kind of overgrouped a bit and, you know, was spending a lot of time with the team, ended up falling behind in experience, you know, not really meaningfully ahead in gold either at this point. So does get caught out in that side lane, and that's a lot of the Baron power already gone now. That one kill on your split pusher means I don't think they're getting anything with this Baron really, and it's going to be a 72 gold Baron power play here right now. So
Red Bull is showing us here that the Baron isn't exactly giving that much value. I think if it's a scenario where they have no control of the Dragon Pit and they didn't think they'd be able to get in at all, then taking it is absolutely what you have to do. But I think I'm on your team as far as wanting to prioritize these Dragons, get that Cloud Soul, and also open up the door for a potential play around an Elder, which could be difficult for top esports to play into.
I mean, this is a really tough game here because when you're getting this late in the game, you really are kind of signing yourself up on both sides for one fight, right? And you get one shot at it. If you're going 35, 40 minutes into the game, you get one fight. People have so much damage at this point in the game that you misstep once, you're instantly dead. The respawn timers hit 50, 60 seconds, and the game just ends. And so it is going to be all up to this one moment, it feels like. You can see double death cap is done for TES. They are going to instantly kill someone if they miss position. But the same can be true on the other side. You go too far forward, you might just get chased down.
Oh, Pun could be in trouble, but Hizto did manage to cancel the back as Tian taking so much. The Ghoul's chasing him down there as well, but top esports not going to lose anyone, but also not able to get that pick in that moment either. As BA...
The whole team is coming.
Yeah, they really do want to kill ZUIAN. And
that's going to get stopped, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The Cocoon. Oh, just barely going to miss. And by miss, I mean he just barely gets out before it was definitely going to hit him. Man.
That was crazy. That was a stressful moment. I thought that ZUIAN was about, you know, a second away, half a second away from actually dying there. And when you die and you lose your TP, you lose full control of the map. Now that could be an inhibitor down at this point in the game. So that was some risky business, but he does get out.
Yep, felt like it could have been the first step towards the train station, but instead, going to be keeping this one extraordinarily close. 1.3K is basically nothing at 35.5 minutes into the game. The only thing that we're really looking for is this stack of dragons the Team Secret Whales have put together. But even that will be evened out in a minute and a half if Top Esports can get themselves the next one.
It is absolutely true, and we haven't touched in on a while, but Mundo obviously has crested to level 17, so has that rank 3 ultimate for a while at this point. Tian is capped out. He's level 18. He is ridiculously strong, but he did lose his flash and won't have it for this upcoming fight, which makes the playmaking that much harder, and they might just try to go on them. Here comes Pun with TP.
This angle is so weird as well as Hizto just wanders into them. Pun, like you were saying, going to be able to shut off that exit as well. And JackeyLove trying to find the angle. The Solar Stare doesn't land, but the Cocoon does! Down goes Jackie! And now, can fengyue do anything to stop this onslaught? The answer is so far, not really, but at least they can run towards the Team Secret Whales base. The ulti now going to run out here from Hizto, who's looking for...
ZUIAN is trying to go for the game.
Yeah, they're trying to look for it. Okay, Creme now at 2/3 health. They're just trying to stop the backs, I guess, as this inhibitor turret should be falling. There it is. Inhib should be going down as well. Team Secret Whales do just want to kill Creme before anything else happens. They will be able to do that, but without an inhibitor turret towards the top side of the map, it's going to mean that they haven't necessarily found a lead just yet.
No, not at all. Tian, though, might
9
find
seconds.
Eddie.
Oh, dear. Finds Eddie, but he flashes out of the way. It's not going to be enough to be able to keep him alive, as Hizto should be able to kill Tian, but he has to flash to follow him. And this briefcase needs to land. He misses it.
Can't quite get him. And that ends up being so big for TES because now Eddie died at the worst moment. That means they are down a man here for this dragon. It is 25 seconds till Creme's back, though.
Yep, fengyue is going to go down to 50% health there as well. Does manage to light the Mundo on fire, but Mundo doesn't seem to be too worried about it. The regroup is here, though, and it looks like Team Secret Whales are going to give up this dragon and the maiden. Although she does survive with 30 health, never mind.
Yeah, D-Ray wasn't there, so they're in a 3v4, and they know that Creme is going to be up before Eddie, so they basically have to do it. That is such a huge pick. Big-time play by Tian, who has really been doing a lot of the heavy lifting in this game. And very slim margins here. Jackie used the rebuttal on a briefcase, and then BA, no hesitation, Cocoon Flash, gets him with the very edge of it. Even though Jackie did react with the Rocket Belt, thought he would have the range, did not. He goes down, but that whole time, ZUIAN, who had no teleport, was just pushing topside. He was looking to just go for the base. And we're going to be looking to fight here once more. Remember, no flash on BA, no flash on Eddie. All the flashes except that one from fengyue are up for TES pretty soon, because Tian is going to have his back in maybe 15 seconds.
Oh, ZUIAN is just stacking up that Naba once again. The Baron on the table, going to be the next port of call here, as Yorick going to be getting out of the way of Tian. The Arcane Storm now, as Hizto is just in amongst 4 people, as he kind of likes. Now Gnar going to be coming through for ZUIAN as well, but Eddie now just peppering him with bullets. Tian in so much trouble. Sidestep great from Yorick as well. As now the Crush gets out, the Gnar is going to be used defensively, and Hizto is obviously there, throwing these briefcases around. The Guardian Angel is going to be up for Tian, but it should be taken down pretty quickly. And TSW just chasing them all the way down the rift. Jackie the first to die yet again. And this time, Team Secret Whales should be able to find the angle. Hizto almost dies to that unleashed power, but if he doesn't, that health bar comes back basically immediately.
Yeah, they're going to be able to heal it back up. They're rushing over to the Baron. That chase just lasted forever, but it was just the 1 kill. It's just Jackie, so they still are not dealing game-ending damage. They can take the Baron again. We saw how ineffective it was last time, though. TES has taken dragon after dragon after dragon, staving off this Cloud Soul that feels like it would be a game-ender.
Yeah.
Because, like, look at these fights. Think about if they had Cloud Soul for this chase down. Think about if they had Cloud Soul for the chase down.
Any of the chases down, because like Hizto having more movement speed, I feel just means that they all die.
I agree. And there's the flash out of D-Ray, but Tian is able to kite it back, and fengyue barely surviving. Tian surviving as well. Hizto does such a good job of keeping them interested. Even after the ult expires, he never overcommits, because if he just goes straight into the middle of them, he will die.
Oh. Back to another fight here. It felt like we came out of the replay a little early.
Yeah,
I was trying to get ready.
It might have been a big fight.
Not quite just yet. Is the Protobelt going to be used from BA to get himself out of the way of that Banana Brush control that has been picked up here by TES. Next dragon, 2.5 minutes, but another Rebel Baron power play that's looking a little paltry for now.
Yeah, minus 50 gold. So what I'm talking about, the Baron just doesn't really do that much, honestly, in this day and age. We'll see Tian, though. He's looking for an angle. Remember, D-Ray has no flash, and Eddie's still missing his for another 20, 30 seconds. So TSW know they have to be quite careful during this time frame. And ZUIAN has become pretty accelerated. He has his Randuins. Eddie's trying to work in towards an LDR. We talked about how earlier there was not really any armor, didn't really need it. Yep. At this point in the game, he does kind of need to grab that and is working in towards it.
Oh, pun. Now taken down to half health as Creme does a lot of damage. All those splinters stacked up, 120 on that one. And you mentioned already, Void Staff Rabadons that both of these mages have is very scary. Great Cocoon is going to connect here. Do they have the damage, though? That's a question. As they get BA up into the sky, and it's absolutely a yes as Eddie gets that headshot. Betrayon goes in, and there is the stun. Pun makes his way forward. Jackie the next target. Supreme display of talent. Mundo just laughs that off as Tian is going to get put down to that GA surely in a few moments. D-Ray's going to do it. Jackie tries to get the ulti, and now Top Esports, I think this is their final moments at MSI for 2026. A team no stranger to disappoint, but the Team Secret Whales, what an incredible performance. Managing to come back after a tough loss against Humble Life Esports, our first 4-game series here at MSI. And it's them moving forward.
For the first time in history, a Vietnamese team has beaten the LPL in a best of 5.